Hey everyone! The VOD you're about to watch was originally live streamed on Twitch, but I know some of you prefer a different platform to watch on or to watch whenever you want at your leisure. Or maybe it's years from now and you're just now joining us and checking out my archives. And either way, welcome. I typically stream on Twitch on Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern. If you'd like to join us live, you can find the links to my Twitch page and all of my other social media down in the description. I am just starting out, so bear with me. Style under construction. If you have any comments or feedback, feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you'd like this, I'd really like it if you would like and subscribe. It really helps me out. I'm very grateful. I'm super excited about this content that I'm creating, and I hope you guys are too. I love hearing from you. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks a bunch.
Sweet 16 in the car I bought. We're in my Civic in the parking lot. Making out till we couldn't stop. Oh Lord, it was hot as hell. Had my cargoes and my flip-flops. Writing ditties in the attic loft. Overheating on my laptop. Oh Lord, it was hot as hell. Oh, the Carolina nights. Drinking bags of wine. We're riding in the back of a pickup truck. Oh, with all my windows down, I think of my hometown and all those
All right. Move my cord there.
can't you feel the warm breeze blowing? Can't you see the fireflies glow?
All right. So like I said last week, I'll just be doing a short stream today. I have to go into work tonight. Unfortunately, it is our twice yearly inventory tonight. So I am planning to do a bonus stream tomorrow, probably around noon-ish, depending on when I wake up. I'm gonna guess it'll probably be Pokemon, considering I'm gonna be at work till about midnight tonight. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll post in the morning. But yeah, probably noonish. And today I'm just gonna go for 2 hours until 1. Yeah, so I finished the star I was working on last time. I was working on this. So I finished the star I was working on, so I'm ready to start the next one. I'm gonna do, I guess, one of the little round flowers for now. The stars are gigantic and a pain in the butt. So I take breaks between them. Yeah. There it is. Also, I'm trying a new playlist today from Spotify as opposed to YouTube. So it should show the actual like song and artist down here in the corner. If I need any volume adjustments, please just let me know, as usual. Alright. So I'm gonna use this fun stripy fabric for the inner ring, but I want it all to line up. So if I want all the stripes to radiate outwards, I need to have it so that they all are going along the straight sides as opposed to along the pointed side. So I need to do them all like that. Hello, Kate. Yeah, isn't this nice? I really like the color combo, the blue and the yellow. That's better. I'm not thrilled about going to work tonight, but at least inventory I find always goes by really, really quickly. So it shouldn't be too bad. It's just kind of annoying. Morning, Merlin. Sorry, needle in my mouth. That's what I want. There we go. Coffee is very good. I have coffee. I got up unusually early this morning, so I've already had most of a cup. That's fair, man. It's Sunday. Sleep as late as you can. That's kind of why I'm setting my stream for noon tomorrow, because I figure I'll probably be sleeping late. Go up a little bit? Okay. I had turned it down because some of this playlist has lyrics as opposed to just being instrumental, so I wasn't sure what the balance would be like. Nap time, maybe, Dancer? Naps are the best. Oh, I love naps. Also, I didn't realize that you were in, I'm gonna guess, UK, Dancer? Didn't realize you were over there. For some reason, I was thinking you were North American. Also, yeah, that's fair. That's the problem with naps, but they're so nice. What, Kite? Dozens of whole UK people? I don't know, that seems like a lot. I'm not sure I'm ready to handle that many people. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I've probably seen you talking on a more North American time scale. I had the choice, I'd stay up really late. I tend to be a night person. But my current job means I have to be up in the mornings, which is unfortunate. Also, still no Sasha. She is still banned and still angry about being banned. I'm about probably between halfway and 2/3 done stitching that quilt top together. So, I mean, I know I keep saying this, but hopefully by next week she'll be allowed back in, because she really wants to be in here. I mean, that is kind of the goal, Merlin. I just have to build up more of a following first. Because unfortunately we cannot live on just Kaylee's salary. So, I'm, at least not right now, because she's also looking for a new job. So, if things change a bit, I would love to be able to, I mean, sure, joking. But like, honestly, that is something I'd love to do, is to be able to work for myself and make a living from streaming and Etsy sales. And then I've also been doing a little bit of like recording audiobooks for Audible. But the problem is my current job leaves me so tired that I haven't had a lot of time to do much. But eventually, that's kind of what I would like to do. I'm looking for like a part-time job closer to home that would give me some stable income, and then also time to be able to work on the more creative stuff. So yeah, it's in the works. It's just kind of, I'm too anxious and too much of a paranoid person to do anything crazy before I know I've got, like, I always like to have a backup plan, right? So that's why I'm keeping my full-time job for now, because at least it's something. But I'm definitely looking for more. Yeah, like we've had some of these discussions. We're kind of in the same boat in that regard. But I'd love to be able to stream more. I've heard of that one, and I've seen the channel in your Discord. I haven't actually poked at it too much to see what it's an RPG, right? Like, I honestly don't know that much about it, but I would love to watch you stream it. Also, sorry if I sound a bit snuffly. I've had a bit of a cold all week, and toss up whether it's cold or COVID, but who knows? The tests don't really work. I do know Fire Emblem. I have played exactly 2 Fire Emblem and not beaten either of them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just a cold. I mean, like, it's kind of that thing where everybody at my workplace is sick right now. And they're still telling us, hey, if you're sick, call out. But then we'd have nobody to run stuff, so we're all just kind of dealing with it. Well, and it's like, I was talking to one of my coworkers yesterday. Like, everything's a freaking COVID symptom now. Like, oh, I'm exhausted and I have headaches. Maybe it's COVID, but you know, the tests are coming back negative, and none of us can really afford to be off work for a week and a half, so we're just kind of keeping our fingers crossed collectively, because the government does not care anymore. Simpler battle style. Oh, that does sound interesting. I like the idea of Fire Emblem. Like, I love the art of Fire Emblem. The art style is gorgeous. And I like the idea of every single unit having unique personalities and like unique relationships and stuff. What I bounced off of is I get too attached to characters, and then when they die, or at least the couple Fire Emblems that I played, death was permanent. I don't know if they've changed that or not. I would get too attached to my characters, and then if any of them died, I would reset the game to try to redo the battle so that they didn't die. And I would just get to places where I was completely stuck, and I wasn't willing to let anyone die. So, yeah, exactly. I think, okay. So maybe I should pick up one of the later ones. I think the couple that I was playing back in like the Game Boy Advance era. Because I think my mom got me one of them for Christmas or something. But I kind of got stuck and then never went back to them. And I've always had so many other games to play. Fire Emblem seems like such a time sink. Is that one of the Switch ones, Merlin? Also, hi Kitsune. Welcome. I saw that you followed last week. Thank you for that. Oh. This is why I should pay attention. It's not the right stitch. Okay. Yeah, I haven't played any of those either. Needle. Go. There we go. That's it. Like I said, I'm vaguely aware of Fire Emblem. I've heard that it's good. I've heard that it's good. Like I said, I've always had so many other games to play. Ooh. I do like ladies with giant axes. What? No petting the cats? Why are they there if you can't pet them? That seems like a huge oversight, in my opinion. Just like for flavor? Or... Huh. Yeah, that definitely seems like an oversight. Like, not gonna lie, that was one of my favorite side quests from Final Fantasy 15, where you had a couple quests where Noctis would find just a kitten, and then you'd have to go on a quest to find the kitten food, and then eventually he just kind of adopts it. As far as I know, it stays at Cape Kime. And it's just kind of the house cat now. But also, it's the implication that the kitten is, like, following Noctis across the world somehow. Maybe the kitten is Carbuncle. Who knows? I think that might have been the other reason that I've bounced off of Fire Emblem. Because I love me a dating sim, but please give me queer options. What? Aha, so it was a ploy to get people to spend more money to be able to pet cats. Which is probably gonna work. Yeah, I kind of get it with all of the characterization that they put into every character, and sexuality is definitely part of a character, but yeah, I don't know, it's a catch-22. I wish there were more queer options. Yes, that. I like that. Did I not the end of this? Hey, I did. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dancer, that's really kind of skeevy. I mean, I get it, it's kind of a whole thing in Japan where that... Well, no, it does matter as much. It matters no matter where it is. That's really skeevy. Yeah, but there's still that power dynamic, right? Even if it is totally consensual, there's still... one is in a position of power. It's not even so much an age thing. Or at least that's kind of why I find it so screepy. I was gonna say skeevy and creepy at the same time. Screepy. Creepy is a good word. I declare it so. Well, thank you, Merlin. I don't know if anyone will take you up on that. Also, I did get an Ethernet cable. Probably not as long as I should have, but it's fine. It'll reach my desk. So even if I'm trying to stream while Rebecca's awake, it should go better. Oh, hey, I know you said you're just making coffee, but how are you liking cross stitches compared to embroidery? Because it's similar, but it's different enough that it's a different craft. I could definitely understand liking one and not the other. Oh yeah? Kaylee's kind of the same way. She likes having the grid and the very defined pattern. Embroidery can be a little bit more freeform. Yeah, it's a lot more kind of methodical, but not really methodical. But yeah, it's only one stitch. It's a lot more, especially with the Ida cloth and the grid on it, it's a lot more regulated, I guess. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, exactly. That's the big plus of cross stitch. I mean, that's kind of how I feel with the patchwork too. Aside from when I totally brain fart and put the needle through the wrong side of the fabric. But this is just kind of autopilot as well. Some people hate doing this. Some people hate English paper piecing because it is so, I mean, it's the same thing over and over, and it's so, I guess people find it tedious, whereas I find it very relaxing. So I have switched to Spotify because shout out to my wife, she has put us on the Spotify premium plan because she got very tired of ads, and I'm like, all right, I'll benefit from this because she got us the couples plan for a discount. So I'm like, cool. Works for me. Me too. Yeah, I don't mind repetitive tasks at all. It's part of why I'm the returns person at work. Everybody else hates doing them, and I'm like, nope, give me a whole skid of mail-in returns and just leave me alone. Because I'll put on a podcast and then just sit there and process returns for 8 hours. And with that, it's just different enough, because you're always going to have the problem returns, or hey, this doesn't have enough information, or hey, this is not the item that was supposed to be returned, etc. There's enough variation to it. that it doesn't get too boring. So oh, nice. Kaylee's actually just started listening to that because kind of the same thing. Kaylee does Cash Office in the mornings, well, most mornings, which is like doing the accounting for the store and prepping the cash bags for the registers and stuff. And it usually takes her a couple hours to get through it, so she'll put on the Adventure Zone while she's doing that. She's really enjoying it so far. I haven't started it just because I'm not sure I can get into something that's that serialized, right? I have like 5 or 6 podcasts I jump between. We'll see. I probably should listen to it. I've heard so many good things about it. And like, I enjoy the McElroy brothers. Like, I listen to Sawbones all the time. They're great. I just haven't actually listened to the Adventure Zone. So are you gonna work on something this morning, Merlin? Just more cross stitch? Yeah, I've not actually listened to My Brother and Me either, which I really should. I'll add it to my list. Rooster Teeth has been putting out, they're kind of sister podcasts. There's one called Black Box Down that they've been doing for a while that not investigates, but like goes over plane crashes and like the reasons behind them. And then they just launched a sister to it called Ship Hits the Fan. That's the same thing but for maritime disasters. And I'm definitely one of those people that I love like disaster investigation shows. So both of those podcasts are exactly up my alley, and I've been really enjoying them. So usually from like Ship Hits the Fan so far has mostly been historical disasters, so they look at it through like a historical lens of here's what happened, here's what caused it, here's the effects it had. And Black Box Down does it similarly, but they do it a little bit more analytically. Ship Hits the Fan seems to be a little bit more of a casual look, whereas one of the hosts of Black Box Down is a huge aviation buff, and he's actually learning to be a pilot himself, so he can look at it through a more technical standpoint of, okay, here's exactly why this happened, and here's what could have been done to prevent it, if it was preventable, and here's what came of it, and what the investigation found, and the changes that were made after. So it's definitely like a nonfiction sort of thing, but I mean, they throw a little bit of humor into it, but I find that both of them are like extremely respectful. So for Black Box Down, he'll actually get the reports from the NTSB or whatever agency did the investigation, and he'll go through and look at it like, okay, here's what the report said, here's what they found. I don't know, I'm not sure how to describe it. I would say just maybe pick a couple episodes and give it a listen. I've been really enjoying it. But yeah, I like my nonfiction podcasts. I like my true crime podcasts because I'm a white girl. I saw a post that was like, the bathroom silhouette of the woman in the skirt is outdated. It needs to be changed to a person with earbuds listening to a true crime podcast. And I'm like, oh no, they've got me. It's true. I am not, actually. I've not heard of that. But if we're talking nonfiction podcasts, I would probably be into it. Or at least I'd be willing to give it a listen. There's like a million podcasts where I'm like, oh, that looks interesting, and I'll listen to one episode and be like, nope, not my jam. But I guess that's the beauty of podcasts. You can sort of try them and decide if you like them or not. It's not like you've bought them. I mean, time is limited, but I also have an hour commute each day, so it's not a huge deal to put on an episode of a new podcast for my bus trip and see if it clicks. Come on. I have listened to Well, There's Your Problem. And my problem with that one is how many tangents they went on. I really enjoyed like the actual analysis, but then I found myself every time they went off on another tangent, I was starting to get annoyed at them. And they do a lot of tangents, so I ended up sort of bouncing off of that one. I kind of was just like, okay, we'll get back to the story at hand. I'm being very careful to line my stripes up here because I want them all radiating outward. And if I'm not paying attention, that will not happen. Oh, hey, Bladness. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. I'm just doing a short stream today. I'm only going to go for about another hour or so, because I have to go to work tonight. But welcome. And I saw my follower thing worked that time, although I see that the text at the top is not updating, and I've been poking that and trying to get it to work and can't get it to work, so I might just have to find another widget that works instead. But I did see my alert pop up, which is good. Ooh. Yeah, that's really cool. So she's an animal conservationist that's streaming Animal Crossing. That's awesome. Oh no, it did update. Yay, it updated. Cool. I'm using the Streamlabs one, Streamlabels. I think it wasn't updating before because I didn't have it open in the background. And when I was researching this morning, it said, oh, you've got to leave it open. So I did. And now it works. Yay. Yeah, that makes sense. Animal conservation is rad. I started following one, I think it's called Window to Wildlife, that's been streaming they've got a cam set up on an osprey nest in Florida that's got a couple baby osprey in it right now. And they're so cute to watch, but dang, they are loud. Like, to the point where they started calling. I think they were calling for their mother. And Sasha was like getting agitated because she could hear the loud birds and didn't know where the loud birds were. Yeah, lurking is cool. Lurking is fine. Yeah, that's kind of the whole point of why I started streaming, is because if I'm actually on camera, then I'm forced to do stuff and not just sit on the computer and scroll through things. But yeah, everyone is welcome to like grab your own projects and work along with me. I know Merlin does sketches and stuff while I'm on. Yeah, feel free.
Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost.
Minecrafting is creative. Minecrafting is a project. Yes, absolutely. If you consider it a project, it is a project.
And my heart feel like December when somebody say your name. Cause I can't reach out to call you, but I know I will one day. Yeah. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Yeah. Everything gon' be alright. Go raise a glass and say,
I like that one. This is lovely.
Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today.
Yes, you are crafting the kings. Yeah, nope, that's fair dancer. I'm exactly the same way. At most, I'll put on like ambient noise when I'm writing, but I can't have anything with words or talking if I'm trying to write. It just doesn't work well. So yeah, I totally feel that.
And my heart feel like an ember, and it's lighting up the dark. I carry these torches for you, but you know I'll never die. Yeah. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts.
But also, if anyone wants it, I can also be mean mom and yell at you to go do your coding / writing / whatever, but only if you want me to, because that's the sort of thing you should only do with consent. But I am perfectly happy to yell at you guys to go work on your projects if you want me to.
Toast to the ones that we lost on the way, cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back you.
we go. The fascinating sounds of me talking to my thread. I do this even when I'm not on camera. Anytime my thread gets stuck, I'm yelling at it. Because that's how you get it to not be stuck. Apparently can't minimize Spotify or that stops updating. Which I suppose makes sense. I thought that was going to be easy. Rearrange my windows here. There we go. That's valid. I've definitely done that too. Talking to your cat or your dog is normal. Talking to inanimate objects and fictional characters is the pro strat. Look, sometimes you're not responsible for what your fingers do. I know that better than anyone. match up any of these stripes. Not a huge deal, just be kind of cool if it happens.
Stop the clock, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's too close. I want it.
Off your hair, million colors of hazel, golden and red. Saturday morning is fading. The sun's reflected by the coffee in your hand. Eyes are caught in your gaze all over again.
We were love drunk, waiting on a miracle, trying to find ourselves in the winter snow. So alone in love, like the world had disappeared. Oh, I won't be silent and I won't let go. I will hold on tight until the afterglow, and we'll burn so bright till the darkness softly clear. Oh, I will hold on to the afterglow. Oh, I will hold on to the afterglow. The weather outside is changing. The leaves are buried under 6 inches of white. The radio is playing iron and wine. This is a new dimension. This is a level where we're losing track of time. I'm holding nothing against it except you and I. We were love drunk, waiting on a miracle, trying to find ourselves in the winter snow. So alone in love, like the world had disappeared. I won't be silent and I won't let go. I will hold on tight until the afterglow, and we'll burn so bright till the darkness softly clears. Oh, I will hold on to the afterglow. Oh, I will hold on to the afterglow. Oh, I will hold on to the afterglow. Vi llover, volví a caer en la trampa del tiempo y el querer. Llovía sal, olía azar. No escuece la herida al no mirar. Qué duro es no reconocer vida propia escrita sobre este papel.
The music, right? I might start curating my own list. For today, I just kind of pulled up somebody's, no royalty Spotify list. But I might start compiling my own because I think I prefer instrumentals. But some of the lyrics are nice.
mi fe. Ya ya ve, porque toda mi prenda y todo mi ser. ¿Quién eres tú? ¿Qué ves tú? Donde llanto Ana con acritud. Qué duro es no reconocer ni la propia letra escrita sobre este papel. Y ya te vuelves ahí buscando conmigo, escribiendo sobre arena un final feliz. Mentiras que se cuelan bajo este
Well, you're probably awake after that. That bird clock may end up losing its batteries. Technically, I think it's supposed to be a great horned owl. I've got one of those like Audubon birdsong clocks. Noon is supposed to be the owl. If you want actual honking, you'll have to wait until 5 p.m. it looks like is the Canada Goose. Dobby. I'm working on the next patchwork flower. My week's been okay. It's gone by pretty quickly. Wife and I have both had colds all week, but we're fairly certain they're just colds. Because we've taken rapid tests and they're negative, and our symptoms aren't too bad, and neither of us has any of the like throat or lung symptoms. We're just kind of stuffed up and headachy, so probably just colds. But it's made the week go by really fast. How has your week been? How's Endwalker? Yeah, kind of boo-ray. I mean, that's fair. Sometimes that's just how the weeks are. Not all weeks are gonna be winners, unfortunately. Or fortunately. Sometimes I just need a week of rest. Just give me a week where nothing happens. Yeah, sometimes the sleep schedules will... Sometimes just missing one night will destroy you. But I'm glad you finished. Did you, you hit the last stage and then just couldn't stop, right? That's kind of where I was at too. I was like, but, I'm so close, but... I might have that problem coming up because I've signed up to do part of the FC's blind run of the new raid on Tuesday night. And I work Wednesday morning, so we'll see how that goes. I'll be fine, I'm sure. But yes, congrats on finishing. Enjoy the end game. And you'll be all set to do 6.1 when it drops in a day and a half. Oh, nice. Yeah, because that'll be like early Wednesday morning for you, right? If it's Tuesday night for us. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oof. But hey, day one content is fun. I'm like, I can sleep when I'm dead. This is the first time I've ever been caught up to do something like a raid on the day it drops, so I'm actually really excited to do it. Yeah, exactly. I'll recover in like minimum 4 days. It's fine. nice. Well, make sure you drop after we clear then. And honestly, it's not... It shouldn't go horribly. Like, I watched, Kara was caught up and did the, when the FC did their day 1 raid of Paradigm's Breach. And, like, honestly, it didn't take that long. It's just a matter of everyone dies, you figure out what the mechanic that killed you was, you go in, you do it, everyone dies. It's not like we're doing Savage or anything, it's just the A-raid. Remember to put chainsaw on my hotbar. Keep forgetting. I hit 90 with Machinist and the rotation already feels so good. I just keep forgetting that I have chainsaw now, so I need to put that on my bar somewhere. But then I'll be fine. Oh yeah. Oh god. That's almost 2 full raids. Jeez. Well, I know like 3 randos that are getting all the comms. Oh! Well, give him space. Baby. Precious Theo. Also, I've made my break time screen a slideshow of all of the cats I've known in my life because I realized I have pictures of a bunch of them. If you send me one for Theo, I'll add him. Bart is good. Bart is good. Yeah, Machinist is, like, honestly, I would consider Machinist my main. Not for, like, any particular reason other than I personally click with it really, really well. It just feels really good for me, and it makes... I tend to be very auditorily based. I like the good noises. And Machinist has some really good haptic feedback going on. Yeah, and I think part of that is Machinist being an expansion class, so it starts at 30. So it's not like the other expansion classes. It's not super well designed to be played. Oh, you mean Bard? Yeah. I mean, probably no worse than... Have you tried Dancer yet? Because I find Machinist is less ping heavy or less ping dependent than Dancer is. Dancer's real, like, fast buttons. Machinist, you can kind of fudge it because there's a pretty clear rotation and then you just kind of hit stuff off cooldown. That's fair. Bard is definitely a real good one to start with. Times I wish for a new, happier day. If a hand could reach out right now. Yeah, Dancer's definitely not designed for lower combat, unfortunately. I think they're slowly working on that. Or at least they've proposed that they're working on that. Yeah, sorry. Dancer being a DPS job in Final Fantasy XIV. 1, 2, 3. Hi. Don't wanna go down like this. Not this. Yeah, I know that. Cool. So ugly, so grumpy, sleeping in the meantime, just stay comfy. Once everything's said and done,
I know I'll be okay, I will overcome. I'm hoping, I'm coping, I'm here. I remember last year.
That's fair. Yeah, and Bard is definitely a good one to start with for physical ranged. You can do that going into Palace of the Dead. It'll drop you down to 1. You'll just only have a couple buttons for quite a few levels.
My mind is drifting away. Then I dream.
So even after you've done Bard, if you wanted to do like the very basic... Yeah, that's fair. Sorry, I briefly misunderstood what you meant, but yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I'm just really excited that we're finally getting duty support for lower level dungeons, because now I'll finally tank. Because the tanxiety is real. So now maybe I'll actually level tank classes.
In the night,
My mind is drifting away, and I dream about times I wished for a new
Also,
happier day.
sorry to those of you that don't play that my streams always kind of devolve into 14 talk. It's a good game. I am greatly enjoying it.
I'll face the sun again as soon as this dreary night ends.
No, don't be sorry.
I'll face the sun again as soon as this dreamy
My biggest thing with tanking is, especially the ARR dungeons, I get lost, and the tank's always the one that, like, you follow, and the tank's supposed to know where they're going, and I get lost. And, or, like, even in the boss arenas, like, I'll get super turned around and forget which exit I need to go out of, and I don't want to make other people, like, I get really embarrassed if I have to kind of spin in circles and try to figure out where I'm going. That's the bigger problem. Like, if it's a post Heavensward dungeon where I'm going in a straight line, that's probably fine. Oh, nice, Dobby. For like a local team, I'm guessing. If you were you like officially scoring, or were you scoring just for the fun of it? Baseball's good. I should watch more baseball. Baseball is one of the very few sports I actually do enjoy watching. Oh, nice.
Let's explore the wilderness through the trees. Let's climb to the mountaintops, feel the breeze.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Find caves and waterfalls.
Oh, boo.
Let's go
That's
see
rough.
the northern lights in the sky.
But also, congrats on your scoring exam. Are you setting yourself up to be like an officiant, or just kind of for the fun of it? I'm sure you did fine. I need more papers. Oh, nice. Yeah, if it's something you enjoy, go for it. Sorry guys, you get the riveting hashtag content of me cutting out papers for a couple minutes.
world that we live in is beautiful. Our greatest adventure away. I'll grab our bags and you take my hand. We'll figure it out on the way. Every day is
Oh, nice. That's cool. It's also really nice that they have like the introductory levels for like, yeah, for parents or people that are in the little leagues. That's really cool. Well, I hope you pass. Reminds me of when I was when I was in high school, my high school offered that if you didn't want to take gym class for an entire year or for an entire semester during the year, you could take it as a summer class instead for like 3 weeks during the summer. And I opted to do that because, God, no, I didn't want to do gym class for an entire semester. Are you crazy? But because it was like an all-day summer course, we had the freedom to do like field trips and more like not off the wall, but like more in-depth things that the regular semester classes wouldn't get to do. And so they taught us how to score bowling. And that was actually really interesting to me because I had never thought about it before because, you know, modern bowling alleys, the computer just does it for you. And learning to manually score bowling was actually really interesting. But yeah, it was a cool class because like we actually got to do like archery. And then they would take us to the pool, I think every Friday, as kind of like technically we're in gym because we're swimming, but it's a free day because the local public pool was right next to our high school. So that was really nice. But yeah, it was just a really neat class. The teacher that ran it was really, really cool. And like super engaging too, which was nice. Yeah, so for bowling, if you just knock down pins, that's your score. But if you get a strike or a spare, then there's additional rules. So if you get a spare, the next ball gets added to it. So if you hit a spare and then on your next ball of the next frame you knock down 7, that spare is scored as 17. And then you get the additional 7, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. And with a strike, it's the next 2 balls. That's why a perfect score of 10 strikes is 300, because it multiplies it together, because you're adding the following 2 balls to that original 10. So it actually does involve quite a bit of math, especially if you're just like going through a normal game and you're like, oh, well, I got, a spare here and then a strike here, and then having to go through and score it. Ooh, ancient Greek, that's interesting. That would be fun to learn. I think my school only offered Latin. Well, as far as ancient languages. But I went to a fairly small high school. That's why I was kind of surprised they even offered the summer gym class. But heck, I'll take it. But oh man, a trip to Athens sounds amazing. Oh, that's cool. I'd love to be able to travel in Europe more. Well, I say more. I've never been. I'd love to be able to travel through Europe. Just to see the sights. See all the things you hear about your whole life. Yeah, that's very fair. Oh, and there's so much to see here too. I've done a fair amount of traveling through the US. Because when I was a kid, my dad would travel for work a lot, and he used to take us with him. He'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to this work conference in, Colorado for a week and a half, so why don't you, he'd bring mom and us with him and make it into a family vacation. So I've gotten to see a decent amount of the US. I'd love to travel more in Canada, especially out west, because I've been to Vancouver Island briefly for my honeymoon. But the Rocky Mountains and British Columbia, it's all so beautiful. I'd love to spend more time out there. Florida has its own charm though, because I spent, my best friend in high school had a timeshare down in Florida, and I got to go with her once. It was really cool just to kind of wander the beaches. And I grew up in Ohio, which is cornfields and pine trees as far as the eye can see. So being down in Florida and actually seeing holy crap, that's a real life palm tree was kind of mind-blowing. See, that's the benefit of Europe, Dobby. Oh, I'm so jealous. I've got a friend that's in the UK and her parents work for the British government. So they'll just be like, yeah, we're going to Portugal for the weekend, just for the fun of it. Oh, that's cool. Neat. Yeah, I'd love to be able to travel more in general. Because I've been to Japan, but I didn't get to do a lot of traveling in Japan because I was there working. Yeah, that's what I've heard it compared to. It's pretty much like hopping through the states. Because everything's so close together. Hopping states with more customs, probably. Yeah, that's true too. Because, like, when I was a kid, we drove for 5 hours to go to my grandparents. And I mentioned that to my British friend, and she just kind of stared at me. She was like, if I drove for 5 hours, I'd be in France. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is Dobby. I've seen some of those, like, overlay maps. Canada definitely is, but then most of Canada's not inhabited, so... Well, yeah, and I should clarify, I drove for 5 hours and crossed 2 states, going from Ohio to Illinois in a diagonal. Oh, that's cool. Trying to remember. European Parliament is in... It's not in The Hague, is it? No. That's the court system. I don't remember where the Parliament is. I should. Oh, right. Okay. Probably some political... Don't want anyone to have too much power. That would be my guess on why it switches. Aha, I knew there was something... Yeah, I figured it was the international courts. Political but not actual capital? Aren't they... Shouldn't they be the same thing? Because, like, I know in Canada, everyone assumes that Toronto's the capital, but it's not. It's Ottawa. But, like... Well, I'm not sure what you mean by actual capital. Like, the one on paper? Even though all of your, like... parliamentary stuff is in The Hague, you've got a different one that's just listed on all the paperwork. That's so funny. I mean, I guess it makes sense because Amsterdam has so much history wrapped up in it, but still, that's really funny. Huh, interesting. I wonder how that happened. If it was just kind of over time Because the royal family would have been based in Amsterdam. And then I guess maybe over time, the politics just kind of shifted. Yeah, that's true. Every city is years and years old. Again, that's why I'd love to travel there. Just take in the history. I'm a museum junkie. If you give me a choice, I will always go to a museum every single time. Yeah, that's such a thing, Merlin. Like, when I was in Japan, I got to go to a castle that was built in, like, the 1600s, which isn't even that old for Japan. And I just remember standing there staring at it and having the thought of, like, this castle, like, this gorgeous building is older than my entire country. And it was such a surreal feeling. It was really weird. But, like, completely awe-inspiring. So yeah, I totally get that. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense, Dobby. Thank you for that. I should have guessed that it was the French. That really doesn't surprise me.
I was a runaway and you were a queen. Tongues tied in the mezzanine. We were free.
stretch this thread.
takes no prisoners, you'll see. When you're 17, the thought of a spark could start a fire. Tube top and faded jeans, how we forget how we desire. We were so we had we were so we had we were
I gambled on thread chicken and won. For once. chatbot command to track how many times that clock goes off on stream. But yeah, so that means it is 1 o'clock and perfect timing. I'm out of thread and done this piece. And unfortunately, I have to start getting ready for work. So I am cutting it at 2 hours. However, I am going to be doing a bonus stream tomorrow, probably around noon-ish Eastern. Probably playing Pokemon. Depends how much energy I have after inventory tonight. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me, even though it's a short stream. We got a fair amount done. I'll continue on this. Yeah, I mean, it's our twice yearly inventory. We've kind of got it down to a science at this point, so it's not, I don't predict it'll be too bad. It's just kind of long and annoying. To raid, Julie should have just started. I think I saw the notification go up. So, and Dobby, you are now officially done Endwalker, so you don't have to go anywhere. Oh, more Ori! I guess that makes sense considering the patch goes live this week, so she'll probably be back to 14 next weekend. I've not actually played Ori. I've heard really good things about it. So, let's send you at... Oh, she's got a brand new overlay too. That's pretty. Alright, yeah, I will send you guys Julie word. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys tomorrow, but if not, totally understandable. It's going to be a weird time. And if not, I'll see you next week. So, thank you very much.